Shalom. We finally have confirmations of sightings of the new moon in Israel, which means it's the new year according to the Creator's calendar, sometimes referred to as Rosh Hashanah. Many people think the new year, the biblical new year, starts in the 7th month, but that would mean it would be associated with the Feast of Trumpets, Day of Atonement, and Sukkot. And personally, I don't see how that can be biblically accurate since it doesn't seem to be supported. But the beginning of months of the year is supportable when we use the Passover account, because the Creator makes a very clear and distinct difference from the calendars that they may have been celebrating before the Exodus and after. Okay, beginning of Exodus 12. This is obviously before the actual Passover happens. This month shall be the beginning of months. It shall be the first of the year to you. It then goes on to detail the requirements for the Passover, and then goes into the 10th plague that was brought upon Egypt. But one thing that helps us determine which month is the first month of the year, aka when Passover is scheduled to start, is with using the ripeness of grain as a factor. So here's our clue in Exodus 9. This was right after the hail struck Egypt, and it details what was left. But I want to point your attention to the barley and the ripeness of it. In English, they translate it as barley was in the head, but the original word is aviv. So this tells us the ripeness condition of the barley at the time. And now we can use that as a marker to help us see which month is the first of the year. Because we already know that the new moon signifies a new month. Moon, month, they're related. And here's an example where offerings would be required. Here in Psalm 81, it tells us that we can celebrate and blow the shofar. And this is what that last passage was referring to, Numbers 10. Also in the day of your gladness, in your appointed feasts, and at the beginning of your months, you shall blow the trumpet over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they shall be a memorial for you before God. I am Yah, your God. Coming back to Psalms 81, we actually get a clue of what the new moon and the new month is from. So the word for solemn feast day or appointed time in Psalm 81 is this. Sadly, it's only used here and one other place, which doesn't give us greater context. But if we look at the root word of this, we get a little more clarity. So here is the root word for that. And we see that it means to cover, conceal, or hide. So in Hebraic thought, this is telling us effectively that the moon is hiding, or it's covered, or it's hidden. In other words, it's dark and we can't see the moon. And the next time we see the moon is the first sliver, aka the first of the month, which is exactly what we look for to determine that. We especially want to see it in the land of Israel because, well, that's the promised land. And that's how the whole world can be synchronized. So although we had some false reports of a new moon sighting a few days ago or yesterday, we have confirmed reports now, and it is now the new year, which means Passover is coming up. Exciting times. Shalom.